All right, we're here at AWS Village and look over with me, Shikha, Head of Product at SageMaker. Shikha, welcome to the Robert Show. It's your debut. Super excited to chat today.
I'm super excited that you are here. This is the
Awesome.
first time I get to chat with you, and I've seen your content and I love it.
Love it. That's awesome. Kind of curious to learn about various things that are happening. I know you've been talking to customers, you've been talking to users. Can we start with a quick intro? What do you do at AWS, and also at, how do you kind of obviously progress in the SageMaker as a product?
Sure, absolutely. So happy to introduce myself. I've been with AWS almost 9 years now. I've spent my life in the data analytics AI space, so I'm a data analytics lifer.
Oh, wow.
I've been a customer, I've been a user, so I get my perspective from those experiences, and I am
Yes.
passionate about making our customers' lives easier through things like Amazon SageMaker.
I love it. Obviously, what better than being an enterprise leader yourself and using it, and then obviously solving that for the larger enterprises
exactly
as
right.
well, right?
Yeah.
Shikha, my first question is obviously around SageMaker. You all have made some interesting announcements here at AWS reInvent. Can you tell us a little bit about that, and how will that help the customers shape their journey?
Yeah, absolutely. So I think Amazon SageMaker is, I'm not sure if audience know, but it's the center of data analytics and AI.
Yes, for
At
sure.
AWS. We have brought all of our Lego pieces together across the data analytics and AI portfolio so that you don't have to worry about bringing them together yourself, which is what I had to do when I was a customer. It was painful.
Yeah.
So I'm so glad that we've been able to do that. And it really helps you manage the end-to-end journey across your various data analytics personas. So whether you're trying to surface the right insights to your data engineers so that they can build the right stuff for your company, or you're trying to enable your data scientists so that they can build the right models,
Right.
or your analysts who are maybe low-code lovers, and they can do things simply with just a prompt. We're bringing it all together. I'm very excited about where we are.
Okay, this is fantastic. Yes, looks like various personas are kind of, obviously being getting help through SageMaker at various levels. So that's pretty interesting. Since you are obviously also talking to a lot of customers here, what are the stories that you've been hearing, and how is that helping you all to even shape up the product?
Yeah,
Can
absolutely.
you share a little bit about the vision, but also the use cases and talks that you've been having with the customers?
Yeah, absolutely. I think one of the things that we are really trying to do with SageMaker is create that balance for enterprise users,
Right.
where they don't have to worry about things like governance or am I following all the rules. It's all built in, right?
The guardrails, which
The
is very
guardrails so that
important.
you can freely operate, right? And then from the user side, what we continue hearing is just let me use the tools of my choice,
So true.
right? And now in today's world, like even that choice, they don't have to pick. You can just talk to an agent. You can say, I want to do this. It'll pick the right tools for you and
Right.
help you do it. So some of the capabilities that we have launched at reInvent, actually a bit before reInvent because we wanted to get them in the hands of the customers
Yes.
faster, are for the developer side, a brand new notebook and a brand new agent. Agent is built into the notebook. It is so cool, I tell you. You
Okay.
have to try it.
Yes, for sure.
You have to try
I
it.
love agents. So I've been, obviously trying my hands in, looks like this is also called data agent.
Yes, it's called the data agent.
Tell us a little bit more about it, please.
So, as you log into SageMaker,
Right.
one of the things that we have done is we don't want users to go through a large ordeal of setup. So we made that really simple with a one click. So you click on SageMaker console, you land into the new experience, you can launch the new notebook. It comes in built in with data agent, right? So you don't have to think, the sparkle is there. You just click on the
Yeah,
sparkle
click. Easy.
and then you go, right? You can just start with a quick prompt
Mm.
on the data sets that you already have access to, because we are reusing your permissions from your IAM roles. So you don't have to set it up, right? Somebody's already done that for you, or you did
Yep.
it yourself. So it's super easy to get started. I really want to make this super duper simple for anybody to get started. That's really my passion, is so that they don't have to think about other things. They can just get to their job easily with the data that they already have and get going.
I think what better than making enterprise leaders more productive and making their job easier, because that's what when we talk to a lot of enterprise leaders, that's what is a problem even in today's world in the data and analytics, which is
Yeah.
where they kind of feel that Ravit, maybe the software is too complex for us to use.
Yeah.
Maybe teams kind of find it very hard to understand, and it just becomes a complex problem internally, and that doesn't help to what our project looks like.
Yeah.
So if you're making that easier, just with one click, and it can do everything by its own. Nothing better than that. So that's awesome. Since we are in this, obviously AI world as well, where we've been hearing a lot about AI, but when I talk to enterprise leaders, we always go back to data. Right,
course.
right. It is
Yes.
data is like the key, and data foundation plays a very important role.
Absolutely.
So, what are you hearing from customers, enterprise leaders, partners when it comes to AI? How do they want to maybe fix their data first, and how is SageMaker helping them to
Yeah.
make sure that the journey is smooth and easy with the AI adoption?
Great question. And it's like I was talking to a number of customers in the
Right,
last couple
right.
of days, and it all comes back to that, right?
So true.
It's
Yep.
like, yeah, you want to be able to use AI, but until your data is clean, you know where it's coming from, you can trust it, you cannot move forward and use it very easily. The other challenge is a lot of our metadata, a lot of our data
Right.
historically didn't have context and metadata built into it, right?
So true.
And what do agents need? The agents need context, right?
True.
They need the context of the problem that you're asking them to solve. They
Yep.
need context of what has been done before through their sessions. They also need context on your data on what should I be able to use this for, right?
Yes.
So we are investing a ton in SageMaker in the metadata readiness as well. Because metadata is the lifeblood of today's world.
Yeah.
If you don't have the right context and metadata, your agents are not going to call each other. Like, hey, Ravit, can you help me? That's
Yeah.
not going to happen, right?
Yeah.
So we need to, in order to get to the autonomous promise of agents, we need to build as much context as possible into our data. And that is a key part of what we are investing in, right?
Nice.
So you build the right context at multiple layers. You can build it at your storage layer with capabilities in S3 metadata.
Yeah. Very important.
You can build it within your databases with the metadata that you can add at the database layer. And then within SageMaker, we have capabilities that we have added to add metadata at the SageMaker layer as well. And
Very
automatically,
interesting. Yep.
using AI for AI is what I like to call it.
Exactly. That's the power of AI.
Exactly.
Right.
So using the same LLMs, in the background, I can generate metadata
Yeah.
looking at the table schema, which makes it so simple because somebody doesn't have to go code or
Exactly.
write down
AI
the
can do
metadata.
that job
AI
for
can do
you,
that for
and
yeah.
you can even create that metadata layer.
Absolutely.
I know you all have been also focusing a little bit on openness.
Yes.
Actually, a lot on openness.
Yes, lot of
so
openness.
tell us a little bit about that as well.
Yeah. So, one of the things that I struggled with as a customer is while I loved AWS, and I obviously still love AWS, I had data everywhere.
Exactly.
I had data in a lot of third-party systems. I had data in Snowflake, in Databricks. I had them in on-premise systems. And what I really wanted to do is to bring the context and the readiness of that data all up for my users.
Yes.
So that they can use the right data from wherever it's at. Right?
Yeah. Exactly.
So we are investing a ton. So obviously, Iceberg is
A
awesome.
plus. Okay.
Right? So we're investing a ton in Iceberg compatibility, right? Our lakehouse, which SageMaker is built upon, is Iceberg compatible. So, say you have data in Snowflake and Databricks, right? We've launched federated catalogs.
Yes.
Catalog federation at right before reInvent, which allows you to bring the data and the metadata sitting in those systems through to SageMaker.
Nice.
And imagine the power of that, right?
Yeah,
As a
exactly.
user, no matter where your data is sitting, in
You can still use
AWS,
it.
non-AWS, you can set up catalog federation, you can still use it. So from a data agent point of view, I can still ask the same question of
Wow.
AWS and
From wherever
non-AWS
your
data.
data is.
From wherever your data is.
I think that is actually a game changer because
I love it. Yes.
Sometimes migration becomes a problem. Sometimes
Yes.
it's about where we are in our journey doesn't help. But this is easy for everyone where they don't have to be vendor lock-in,
Yes.
but still do everything and let the data stay where it is
Yeah.
and get your job done.
Yeah, absolutely.
What better than that? One last question for you, Shikha,
Yes.
is about the vision. What's next in 6 to 12 months that you're looking at, and in general as well, what do you feel about how the space will be moving in data and analytics?
Yeah. I think data foundation is going to continue to be the key. So,
For
we will
sure.
continue to invest in making your data easier and easier to find and use.
Right.
That will have
Right.
to be an investment for us. And is an investment for us. So,
Yes.
ton of investment in metadata, context addition across the board. The use of the tools is another, like just the simple ease of use, right? Not too many clicks, not too much thinking. Use of data agent to become more and more powerful.
Right.
We'll continue to invest in that. because we really want this ecosystem to work seamlessly for our users, right? And it's a big word, but that's kind of the dream I joined
No, I
AWS with,
love
so
it.
I'm gonna keep going.
Yes, I love it. I love how you're kind of seeing the next 6 to 12 months and what you have as the North Stars as well. One last question, I promise.
Sure.
If people want to follow you and follow all the work that you and your team have been doing, which is the best place to do it?
Um,
Follow you on LinkedIn maybe?
LinkedIn is great.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't tend to post a lot, but I will reply if you reach out to me.
Yes,
So
but I think the SageMaker team kind of puts out a
yes,
lot of content.
we put out a lot of content.
Right.
So if you follow the AWS standard channels of
Nice.
AWS Analytics and databases, we put out a lot of content
Nice.
there. Whenever there is interesting releases that I'm personally excited about, I generally post on LinkedIn as well, and
Fantastic.
would love to hear from folks.
100%.
Yeah, so check
That's
it out.
awesome.
Let me know what you think, Ravi.
This is great for sure, Shikha. I'll keep you posted about, obviously the different things and our feedback and what community tells. But I think the work that you and your team have been doing is fantastic. We're looking forward to seeing how 2026 looks like. Congratulations again on all the great announcements that were made this year at reInvent. We'll keep the conversation going. Until next time, thank you very much.
Thank you, and thank you to the team.
Thank you everyone for joining us.
Bye.